What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your $1,400 third stimulus check update and your update on upcoming stimulus packages and different stimulus provisions, different stimulus items that we're going to be seeing in the near future, as there's multiple different things on the horizon, including the next stimulus check package, but also the other stimulus items that we could see in standalone bills, presidential executive orders, or bundled in with the next stimulus package, many of which a lot of you guys have been waiting for, and there's been a lot of publicity for in the near future. So we're going to be covering the third stimulus check that is already going out right now. Some people are already receiving their checks, although the IRS says there will be delays for millions of Americans. We're going to go over details on that, as well as what is up and coming. And I'd like to say thank you to this video's sponsor, Trade Coffee. I'm sure you're doing things a little bit differently nowadays. I know I am. One of the best things I've come to love is making and trying new coffees at home. With Trade Coffee, you can try and discover the nation's best local roasters. It's super easy to use Trade. You just go on their website and take a quiz. You'll answer questions about what kind of coffee you like, flavors, ground or whole beans, and so on. And the people at Trade will curate coffee matches to your exact tastes. Once matched, you will choose your delivery frequency and boom, it'll just appear on your doorstep. Every brew you select is roasted and shipped within 24 hours of your order. It's literally made fresh, like this one that has hints of molasses and dark chocolate. It's literally as fresh as you can get it. And Trade guarantees you'll love your first coffee. If you don't, they'll ship you another one for free. And my viewers will receive a special bonus. For the first 100 people who click the link down below in the description, you'll receive 50% off your first bag of coffee and free shipping as well. So just click the link down below in the description, take the quiz, and you'll be well on your way to the freshest coffee you can ever get. The city of Minnesota has reached a settlement with George Floyd's family for a record $27 million. The city of Minneapolis has settled a civil suit with the family of George Floyd for $27 million. The settlement was unanimously approved by the Minneapolis City Council on Friday. It's the largest pretrial settlement in a civil rights wrongful death case in American history. Quote, when George Floyd was horrifically killed on May 25th, 2020, which is almost a year since then, it was a watershed moment for America, said Ben Crump, the civil rights attorney representing the Floyd family. Quote, it was one of the most egregious and shocking documentations of an American citizen being tortured by a police officer, having his knee on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Since Floyd's death, Minneapolis has implemented multiple policing changes, including the prohibition of chokeholds as an overhaul of its use of force policy, and no longer allows officers to turn off their body cams while responding to a call. This settlement comes as the criminal case for one of the officers, Chauvin, who is standing trial right now, has began jury selection this week. Now, even as a third stimulus checks and third stimulus package has been passed, some people already reporting they got checks today already. House Democrats' campaign arm has rolled out its first ad to shore up support for not only this third stimulus check package that is already passed, but got no Republican support, but also the next stimulus package. That's right. As you can see here, the day after the COVID relief bill's passing, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has directed the House to begin work on the next stimulus package, which will be called an infrastructure package, but will have multiple different stimulus provisions in there. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi met with leaders of the committees that will put the package together as early as this Thursday. Nancy Pelosi says Congress must work swiftly to build on a historic Biden American Rescue Plan. Our recovery plan must build back better, which is the name of the fourth stimulus check plan, for the people in every zip code by creating good paying jobs for the future. To that end, I have called upon the chairs of committees of jurisdiction to work with their Republican counterparts to craft a big, bold, and transformational infrastructure package. Pelosi met with leaders of the committees that will put the package together starting as early as this Thursday. We already have about a dozen senators in the Democratic senators in the Senate, as well as multiple dozen House of Representative congressmen from the Democratic side, already pushing to include monthly reoccurring stimulus checks in the fourth stimulus check package. Probably at worst case scenario, they can negotiate down from if they can't get the monthly stimulus checks, and worst case scenario, get at least another stimulus check in the next package. Best case scenario, they actually get monthly stimulus checks, which would be tied to what they call automatic triggers of the economy. So basically, whatever they decide on, they can decide on possibly unemployment levels or GDP or coronavirus cases in the near future. And if all those stay above or below certain levels, that would automatically trigger stimulus checks until the pandemic is over, as well as unemployment bonus or unemployment weekly pay of $300 per week or more until the pandemic is over. This is a way the Democrats are going to try to get in the next stimulus package that will basically be multiple checks, so they might not have to pass them one at a time. So basically, if the economy stays bad, stimulus check. If the economy stays bad, stimulus check. Economy stays bad, another stimulus check. And that could go on until the pandemic is over if they're able to do the automatic triggers. Worst case scenario, they negotiate down from there with, say, Democratic Senator Joe Manchin or the Republicans to get at least a single stimulus check in the next package. Now, Republicans are or have been in the past on board with infrastructure. It's a very popular thing on the Republican side. So the real question is, will they be able to get Republican support for the next bill? Or will they pass it through the reconciliation process, which House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says they will do this for the next package if needed. So Republicans better come on board. Republicans are want infrastructure. The real question is, will they go along with all the other things that they're going to throw in the infrastructure package, as well as the price tag? Because the next stimulus package is actually expected to be more money than the third stimulus check package, which was $1.9 trillion. It was actually more than that when they actually came up with all the calculations. And that's why they had to remove some items and bring it back down to below $1.9 trillion to pass it through the budgetary reconciliation process. Because if you remember, they passed that budgetary reconciliation process at the beginning half in the Senate, and the bill there said 1.9 trillion, so they couldn't go above that. So they had to actually reduce some things in the stimulus package to get it below that item, or else they would have had to redo that whole process again. So the real question is will the next stimulus package, what will it have in there? Will it have the student loan forgiveness, which the third stimulus check package just had a provision in there that student loan debt will not be taxable. Any student loan debt that's forgiven in the next 5 years will not even be taxable. Normally, forgiven money like that is taxable. Will we see the $200 per month Social Security increase, the 20% Social Security increase for widows and widowers, and the 5% increase for people that have been on Social Security for 20 years? All of those things President Biden campaigned on. President Biden also campaigned on a $15,000 tax credit for home buyers. We could see any of those in the next stimulus check package. We could see them as standalone bills. Chuck Schumer says that the student loan forgiveness of up to $50,000 can simply be done through a presidential executive order. Although President Biden has said he's not really willing to do 50,000, but he's willing to do at least 10,000. But there's dozens of Democrats pushing to make him do more than $10,000 of student loan forgiveness. You know, if you went to college, $10,000 doesn't even really cover 1 year anymore. You know, $100,000 is really kind of nearing the average cost for some universities for a 4 year or 5 year degree. A lot of people takes 5 years to do. So $10,000 sounds like a lot, but in the scheme of student loan debt, when you come out of college with 100,000 or more, and then interest starts piling up and actually makes it even more money than that, you can see why some people are clamoring for more than $10,000 of student loan forgiveness. However, anything will be better than nothing. So also kind of opens the Pandora's box or the magical world of debt forgiveness, because a lot of people say this already. If you forgive $10,000 in student loan forgiveness, what about other people that don't have student loans? What about credit card forgiveness? What about mortgage debt forgiveness? If you can do $10,000 of student loans, everybody talks about, or at least the Democrats that are kind of pushing for this. President Biden said he's already willing to do $10,000. So that's why I fully expect this to happen. But the question is when you hear the Democrats talk about it, Chuck Schumer, AOC, Elizabeth Warren, they'll say that student loan forgiveness is a burden on people for their whole lives, and they can never really get back on their feet because they're paying these monthly payments for years and years and decades, but you could kind of say the same thing about credit card for debt and mortgage debt. I mean, the typical mortgage is 30 years. So the question is that when they pass $10,000 of student loan forgiveness, could they throw something else in there, like for people that don't have the student loans, mortgage forgiveness, mortgage debt forgiveness, $10,000, credit card debt forgiveness? Will this open the Pandora's box to more of this type of stuff in the future? A few years ago, people would laugh when they said student loan forgiveness was a thing. Now we literally have the Senate majority leader pushing for it, and the President of the United States says he's willing to do $10,000 of student loan debt forgiveness. So let me know your thoughts. If President Biden is willing to do at least $10,000 in student loan forgiveness, do you think that this could open the door of possibilities to other types of debt forgiveness in the future, especially for people that don't qualify for the student loan forgiveness, such as mortgage debt forgiveness or credit card debt forgiveness would be the two next biggest things. This comes as some people have already received their $1,400 stimulus check from the third stimulus check package. In fact, comment down below if you already have received your $1,400 stimulus check or it's pending in your bank account. Obviously, this would only apply to people that are on direct deposit and got the first wave of the direct deposits. The IRS says to expect delays because, well, they're sending out checks and direct deposits to over 150 million people. So there are going to be people that are just not first in line, be it what it may. If you remember from the second stimulus check, there were people even on direct deposit that literally had to wait like a month and then got their direct deposit when President Biden signed that executive order to continue sending the stimulus checks past the deadline that they gave. I believe it was January 15th. They really only had a few week deadline for the IRS to send everything out, and they literally couldn't get it done. That deadline was written into the bill last time around. This time around, they have until the end of the year, so that basically there's no deadline this time around. So they're just going to send them out as fast as they can. The question is, will there be delays for direct deposit? Last time around, there were people that got stimulus checks and debit cards in the mail, even though they were on direct deposit. So keep your eye on that because honestly, even if you're on direct deposit, you could get a check or a debit card in the mail, especially if you're on, normal check. They come in a white blank envelope just with a treasury seal, Department of Treasury seal on there. I think it's blue. Keep that in mind. Do not throw it out every time around when these stimulus checks come out, the first round, the second round, and now the third one. There's tens of thousands of people that literally throw it away. Okay. And the other thing you got to really be careful of is scams. Okay. There's a lot of scams going on right now. As you know, there's also scams on YouTube. If you see any comments down below from It's Jimmy without a question, without a check mark next to it, it's not me. Okay. We get these imposters that literally come around every couple days and they'll be like, hey, WhatsApp me to meet with my manager about investment advice and sign up for some investment scam. That's not me. Okay, so keep that in mind. It happens every couple days. I ban them from the channel, and then they just make a new account. They use my picture and my name, but they won't have the check mark by the name. The YouTube gives you the check mark when you get over 100,000 subscribers and you're considered verified by the platform. So always look for the check mark, and then just know that I'll never comment back to you in the comments saying something weird like contact me on WhatsApp or contact my manager, some investment scam. Okay. I do comment back. Most of the time, I like and heart things because honestly, I get over 10,000 comments a day. But you'll know it's me. If it says something weird, it's not me. But keep in mind, there's a lot of scams going on right now. If somebody calls you and says, hey, give me your information for your stimulus check, it's a scam. The IRS will not call you and ask you for your information. Okay, it's a scam. If anybody calls you and asks you for your password or your bank account to get your stimulus check, don't give them your information, okay? There's going to be a lot of that going around for this third one. It's happened for the first and second, and it'll probably happen for the next stimulus check and the next stimulus package and the student loan forgiveness. There's already stuff going on about that. Is give me your information to qualify for student loan forgiveness. Don't do it. It's a scam. Okay. I'll keep you up to date with everything legit here. And that's why I show you my sources on the screen. I show you articles that literally say it in black and white. So you know it's not made up. A lot of people just completely make up things. I show you my sources on the screen. I show you interviews from literally the Senate and the House and the presidency. So you know that it's real on this channel. And I always try to keep it real with you guys. So I hope that helps. And I will keep you up to date on all the upcoming stimulus packages and the mortgage assistance, rental assistance, property tax assistance, utility assistance, and all the other things coming out from the third stimulus check, like the unemployment $10,000 income credit, the $3,000 to $3,600 child income tax credit, stimulus checks, monthly checks. So we're waiting on a lot of guidance from the IRS. So I'll keep you up to date on all those different things. And thanks again to Trade Coffee. Don't forget there's a link down below in the description of this video for 50% off your first bag and free shipping. And they make the coffee fresh to order once you order it. So make sure to check them out in the link down below. So make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't yet. It's completely free to do so. After subscribing, you can click the bell icon to all notifications to get notifications when we go live, which is every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 8 p.m., and 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss an episode. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check videos next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have dozens of students that have replaced their 9-to-5 income selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. And me and my wife sell products on Amazon as well. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.